Cancer is really the word that's defined my life for the last year and a half. My dad was diagnosed with glioblastoma. It's a grade 4 brain cancer. He was diagnosed a year ago in February. Now, this is a cancer that's inoperable. Most of the time, it has tumors that go deep down into the brain. So there's really not much you can do with it. And a lot of times it's considered a death sentence. It hits people in the prime of their lives, usually in their 40s and 50s. And my dad was diagnosed when he was 58. He's still with us. He's still fighting. But every day that he's here is a miracle.
It's one of those things that you don't think can happen to you.
We knew something was wrong for several weeks before Dad was ever diagnosed.
Memory problems, learning problems. He had trouble balancing.
The day the doctors told us it was a brain tumor felt like the world was crumbling. Dad was our rock, the smartest guy I knew, an optometrist, a motorcyclist, and the person we could always turn to.
To fix anything that went wrong, and the kids always knew that if they needed something fixed or needed advice, that Dad was always there.
Within days of the diagnosis, Dad could no longer walk or talk.
The first doctor said he had 2 months to live.
We took him to the Cleveland Clinic for radiation and chemotherapy. The prognosis was grim, but a few months later, a miracle.
The oncologist showed us on his computer how the tumor had shrunk.
The doctors didn't expect the tumor to shrink like it did, almost disappearing, and for several months, things were looking up. Dad began karate lessons to help with his balance and coordination.
It has this great way of making you believe in yourself again, making you understand that the impossible is possible.
He even made a trip here to Youngstown, visiting WKBN and Lanterman's Mill. Christmas was unlike any other. Then in January, devastating news. The tumor was back and the options were running out.
I never looked at it like there was an end. I always looked at it like we are going to defeat cancer.
The doctors offered a clinical trial, streaming chemo directly to the tumor. Throughout the fight, the power of prayer carried him and our family through. Dozens of people sent him videos of encouragement before his surgery.
You've got this thing beat. We've been praying for you all along.
It is probably, in my mind, what has got him so far, is he knows everyone's praying.
But the tumor continued to grow, and the doctor said treatment would have to stop. Is it hard some days?
It's a lot hard.
Still, Dad hasn't given up the fight. He works out every day with his martial arts instructor. His goal is to walk again.
It takes a lot of concentration to do those things. 3 weeks ago, we were walking 4.5 feet every day. Now we're up to about 7 to 8 feet a day.
His will to survive is strong, but perhaps most remarkable is his faith.
I've had people tell me that has inspired them. They had stopped believing in God until Jim went through this.
An unexpected result from a fight that's forever changed our lives and many others.
I wish your dad knew all the people that he has reached, that have changed their lives and their way of thinking because of what's happened to him.
And cancer is really such a roller coaster, but you can't overestimate what it means to have those prayers and those messages of encouragement from people. It's really meant the world for my family, and I know Mom and Dad are watching at home today, and I love you guys, and we're praying for you.
Yeah, our prayers are with you for strength and healing and peace as well, and